I think women everywhere know the rule that when the bun comes out, we're about to mean business. And that business today is that we're packing to move to the house tomorrow. Now, we've spoken about this a few times, our intentions of moving in and what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done, but ultimately, right now we've got a bedroom and that's it. But things are taking longer than we thought. We realize we've got a few good months ahead of us, and so we're just gonna do it as soon as possible. We just picked up a wardrobe that fit in there perfectly, and we got that all set up, and now there's basically nothing stopping us. As you saw, we set up the bed, we've got bedside tables, we've done all of this stuff, and it's, you know, it's gonna be a few weeks at least until the next room's ready or a bathroom gets done, and you know, time's passing by and we're doing nothing with it. So we just thought, let's get in. And then, as I've said in about 6 different videos, once we're in, it just means it's a lot quicker to do stuff because we can work in the evenings after work, we can work first thing in the mornings. Basically, we can just be spending a lot more time on it. So the time has finally come. It's time to pack up our room, and I thought I would take you with me. I've lived in probably now about 18 houses. I moved around a lot when I was younger. My parents loved moving house. Of course, when you go into uni, you move into a different house every year as well, and I'm obviously counting that to bump up my number. So yeah, I want to say somewhere around 15 to 20 houses in my time, and so I am a pretty damn good packer, and the rule is you cannot be sentimental. You got to be strict with yourself, and you have to make quick decisions. We do not have time to try on every outfit in our wardrobe and say, does this bring me joy? I love Marie Kondo and I love watching people do it, but we don't have the time. And also I need to get rid of a lot of stuff. If there's one thing moving teaches you, it's that we always have too much stuff. So let's get to it. So this particular green suitcase has probably seen me to every house I've lived in for the last 10 years or so. I feel for Tom's mom. We've moved into their house twice now, and both times I brought this huge green suitcase with me. And both times it somehow snuck itself into the loft. So I think this will probably need to be the final time it gets removed from the house. It's done me good, but hopefully this will be the final move for the green suitcase and I will not continue to jump from house to house every year.
I don't know, you've had it for so long, I feel like you've grown quite attached to it.
Well, we're gonna have our own eaves soon, so maybe I'll shove them in there.
No, it has to go.
It's such a good suitcase.
Yeah, maybe we'll put it in your mum's garage.
It can go in our eaves.
See, I told you, you have grown attached to it. I knew it.
It's a good suitcase. So, the first rule you want to ask yourself is, have I worn this in the last year? And if not, is it for a special occasion? If the answer to both of those is no, it's not yours anymore.
What if you've been in a really cold country for 12 months and you've like travelled, you just went between 2 winters, and now it's your first summer in a year? Then is that an exception to the rule?
Yes, that can be an exception to the rule. You also want to sort them into piles now so that you don't have to deal with this again on the other side. So this is gym and activewear, this is pajamas and sleepwear, this is tops, and this is going or being donated. Another great thing I learned as well is that in winter, you should pack away all of your summer clothes, and in summer you should pack away all of your winter clothes, so that when that season rolls back around and you unpack your clothes, it feels like a new wardrobe. So I'm gonna give this a go for the first time in my life. And I'll be putting all my winter stuff into a suitcase that I will put away until next winter. I'll obviously keep some hoodies and some warmer jackets because we're not quite in summer yet, but all of the big coats, all of the big jumpers that I want to not get bored of looking at every morning when I get ready, I'll put away and we'll see if it works. I'll update you in a year as to whether that is something worth doing. Also, I realized the advice I just gave you about if you've not worn it in a year, get rid of it, is not valid during COVID, because there's so many cool things I've not worn because nothing's been open. This is the chaos we are facing right now.
It's like one house is chaos and then we go back to another house and now it is also chaos.
These bags we actually got from an ex-Amazon driver.
No, it's a funny story. When we were moving out of our old house, we were giving away some stuff for free. And he was like, because you've given us some stuff for free, I also want to share something I don't need anymore.
Oh.
So he gave us 2 of these and they're actually so handy.
Terrible lighting, but they flat pack and you can store them in a cupboard. And we've used them to move twice now. They're amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
Good morning. Oof. It's 7:30 in the morning. I stopped focusing on filming and started focusing on getting everything done pretty quickly last night. But basically the room is now empty-ish. Everything that's to go into a room that's not yet ready, like I've got a bunch of cookbooks, some random office stuff, that's not been packed, but all of our clothes, all of our bathroom stuff, everything we need just to live day to day in the house is now packed. We were very tired yesterday, so we made the mistake of not putting everything in the van. It's just downstairs by the front door, and the weather's terrible. It's raining so much. So that's going to be interesting, packing up in the pouring rain, but it needs to be done. Tom's just making coffees now, so we can feel a bit more human before we get started, but today's the day. I never thought this would happen, but it is. Slightly concerned about living in a house that's the state it currently is, but we'll see. Where we've got to. I'm slightly concerned about our priorities now. I've noticed we have almost no kitchen equipment, but we're bringing the blender, protein powder, cacao powder, porridge oats, flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds. High five. So this is the kitchen we're going to be using for the next couple of months. I'm not excited. In fact, I'm horrified, but we're gonna make the most of it. So I'm gonna give it a clean. So the game plan, you're gonna bring in the bedroom stuff.
Yeah.
Put it into the bedroom, unload.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clean the kitchen. By the time the kitchen's cleaned, the bedroom's stuff is all in the bedroom, and then you start bringing the kitchen stuff into the kitchen, so when you bring it in, we'll put it straight where it belongs.
Nice. Can we show the obstacle course I've got to get through?
It's so bad.
Yeah. First, I have to get through the slippery tiles. Don't want to be able to slip. Then, jump up some steps. I've got to go across the planks. Hopefully, my feet won't fall down the hole. And then, onto the big bad boy stairs. I've got to try to squeeze through there. Carefully not trying to step on the stairs and snap them. I come up, dust in my lungs because it's so dusty, and then onto the home stretch. Try to avoid some wires. Douche, douche, douche into the bedroom where we made it.
And then you've got the pleasure of repeating that process about 60 times.
Yeah.
To bring in all our stuff. But these wardrobes we set up the other day.
Well, I've actually got to go really far back because they are so tall.
We're going to do a separate video on how much everything costs, but these are £400 wardrobes from John Lewis. As you can see, they're basically they're the perfect fit right up to the roof. And we got them on Facebook Marketplace for £35, and there is literally not a scratch on them. They've still got the protective plastic on the doors. Big video on how much everything costs and how we get cheap stuff for the rooms, but we're so happy with this. And I can't wait to put all my clothes in it. Oh. And then classic us being us, we went full steam ahead without consulting Martin, which is always step one because we are useless. We've set it up in this corner and we've not yet completed the electrics, and I think we're installing an alarm and all of that stuff. And we have installed the wardrobes exactly on top of the floorboards that would need lifting in order to do that. So In classic us mode, we are now going to repeat the job we just did to get it right the second time round.
But this is where it will go eventually.
I can't let you go, baby. I just wanna tell you that. No, 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 no. Yeah. All of my friends say, girl, you better take care. Cause that man is trouble, you best beware. And though deep down, I know I might be headed for teardrops.
So I think I've said this a few times now, but we're going to be using this kitchen for the foreseeable future, or at least a couple of months until the extension gets built. At the moment, this is what it currently looks like. It's unusable and vile, to sum it up in a couple of words. So we're going to have to give it a good clean. We've bought a hell of a lot of stuff, cleaning stuff, fridge, that kind of stuff, just to see us through. But before we bring any of that in, we need to deal with what we've currently got. We've been painting and doing all sorts in here, and it's become a bit of a dumping ground, so gotta clean this up. What a great way to spend a Sunday.
I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no.
And you can make this up as soon as I'm happy with the floor. And I feel like this kitchen is something I could potentially do some work in. Tom has decided to rip open the wall. Cheers, Tom.
So there's damp on the other side of the wall, and I'm not sure where the damp is coming from. It's rising damp. So what I'm doing is just looking in, removing this to see if there's anything causing the damp to rise, and that's what's feeding into the other wall. Which potentially as well, because this is wood, this could be causing it to rise.
And then because we never make things easy for ourselves, and we know we're going to be using this kitchen for a little while, we are going to paint all the red white. It's probably an unnecessary job, but I love cooking. We spend most of our time in the kitchen, and if we are going to be calling this a home, the red's got to go. I can't deal with it. It makes me angry just looking at it. Gonna repeat this for a few hours.
You can't tell me to let go, baby. Cause I love you, I love you. Yeah.
And then we've got some stuff from the house we lived in before, as well as stuff we've kind of picked up while living with Tom's parents. So I'm going to put all of this away and then kind of take stock of what we have and what we still need to buy. Bought some cutlery, super cheap cutlery from Morrison's for now, and just storing them in some Tupperwares, and then also bought a bunch of Tupperwares as well, because we are planning with the kitchen to just meal prep on a Sunday or a Monday. And then we have about 3 cupboards total, but all the stuff that we put in our smoothies every day, Tom has bought by the kilogram. So to stop us from needing to get out 3 different bags, I'm just gonna make a hemp seed, flaxseed, chia seed pot that we'll just use every day. And then if you do it in really small layers, it just means you'll get some of each when you scoop it out. This kind of looks like, did anybody ever go on holiday and get those sand art in a jar? I think it looks like that. All right, so it's quite a while later. It's 8 o'clock, but we have finished unpacking, just did the second coat on the walls. Tom's brought some exciting stuff that he has found on Facebook Marketplace, which I will show you. I think it's time for a little kitchen renovation tour before the renovation. So we've renovated before the renovation because we love making our lives harder than they need to be. Let me show you the kitchen. So as you can see, we've painted the, except for there, we've painted the entire thing white. Just like the bedroom, it looks a bit blotchy because it's not finished drying, but a real difference on the old red walls. There are some areas that need a 3rd coat, which we'll do tomorrow. First exciting change is we've now got a much bigger fridge that we've just put in. As you can see, not much in there at the moment, but we'll very quickly fill it up. yeah, just so much better now that we're actually living here to have more storage space. Tom can tell you about the fridge. How much was the fridge? Mystery man in the dark.
Fridge, freezer, washing machine and microwave for £90.
So then we moved, Tom's already hinted. We have a microwave, a dryer and a washer. All of this for £90. I don't know if you can see, they are in unbelievable quality. It was an older woman who was going to live with her son and his husband. So yeah, everything in the house that they were moving into is integrated. So they wanted to get rid of all their stuff very quickly.
And what happened, like, we originally bought the wardrobe from them, and all the other people who were meant to buy all this stuff let them down. So last minute they were just like, you can take all this for £90. So I was like, great. So it really like helps us out.
Indeed.
For the next few months.
As you can see, we've obviously placed this in front of the door, but that's because when we do the kitchen extension, this is all getting knocked down and this is being rebuilt with a proper wall. We won't have side access. So to take you around, very exciting bin and recycling at the moment. We're going to get another bin. There is the blender. We try in summer to have a smoothie every day. So we're just going to keep that out, not put it in the cupboard. Got some lovely little fake cacti to keep us going. Another fake plant above the boiler. And our lovely sink. Because the sink is as horrible as it is, we've just got a bucket to put inside the sink for when we want to wash up. And we're going to get a drying rack here. Cupboard under the stairs, doesn't close, very exciting, there we go. But we've just got all of our cleaning stuff down there. And if I spin you around, this area. So, got that cupboard up there. This is for the numerous seeds and spices that I showed you. We did keep those in there. Got some mugs and a kettle, it's gonna go there. Down here is going to be breakfast, more seeds, surprise, surprise. Breakfast, coffee, tea, that kind of stuff in here. We've got the oven. Do you want to tell them about the oven?
Which we got free from Facebook Marketplace.
Amazing.
I've just really been lucky recently with everything. And the best part about it, I'm not sure if this is like a standard oven, but this literally fits in perfectly.
It is so perfect. Again, it's horrible, it's old, but we literally need something for a month before we get all integrated units in the new kitchen. And so we're not complaining, very lucky. To save space, just keeping all of the dishes and stuff in there. I'm leaving stuff, I think I've said this already, but I'm leaving stuff in its plastic because then I know I need to wash it up before we use it. Then here, showed you already, got our cups, our mugs. We're gonna monitor the dust situation. Obviously we're going to rinse them out before we use them every time, but if it ends up as dusty as I think it is, we will obviously be moving those into a cupboard, but I wanna see them every day. Here, knives and forks. Here, little kitchen utensils, that kind of stuff. And then down here, top drawer, again, cooking, etc. Bowls and plates, bigger plates, and we use these for pretty much every meal. We have massive portions. And then all of our Tupperware, some chopping boards, the lids, etc. And then in here, absolutely nothing really at the moment, a bit of rice. But the plan is for this to be full of our kind of savoury food, cupboard items, dinner stuff, etc. Oh, I need that actually. Now we're done. Tom's just doing one final clean of the floor because he very kindly ripped open a wall after I'd cleaned.
I can't help myself sometimes.
The reason he did this was because there is damp on the other side. We're trying to work out where the damp's coming from. Unfortunately, this wall is dry, so we know it's not coming from there.
Look, where there was a piece of wood in the bricks. It was completely damp, so it just broke away as soon as we touched it. So there is some sort of damp there. Gonna try the other side first, see if I can find the cause. If not, then we'll just have to shoot the wall in the bottom and replaster.
So yes, the completed kitchen featuring a Thomas. Obviously, as I've said, this is not the kitchen renovation, but getting rid of the red just made it a little bit more homely.
And I feel like the white has made the kitchen so much like wider. Do you think that?
Feels bigger, yeah. So that is it. Moving weekend, we can officially call a success, I think. We spent our first proper night at the house. We've got our wardrobe, our kitchen's done, feeling good. What's to come next is the stairs are getting installed, followed by Martin and Tom installing all of the floor in the 3rd story. Then we move to plumbing, then we get the upstairs bathroom in, and we basically start making our way down. So yes, putting a coat of white has certainly made it feel more like home, but we have a very long way to go. And if you fancy following along, please do hit the subscribe button down below. We upload videos every single Wednesday documenting our progress, doing up our little Victorian house in East London. Thank you as always for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.